Good Sunday morning, everyone. As many of you know, I post this weekly prophecy report by Damon Duck every week on my Telegram page. But this specific prophecy report really stuck out. It's called The Last Prophecy, and I wanted to share it with you in a video today. I have heard the destruction of Babylon by fire in 1 hour at the end of the tribulation period referred to as the last prophecy in the book of Revelation to be fulfilled before the second coming. It may be the last prophecy to be fulfilled before the second coming if we do not count a final attack on Jerusalem and the Battle of Armageddon. Anyway, on April 13th, a reader sent me some links to videos that are about stunning events in the land of Babylon, Iraq, that are not too far from the ancient city of Babylon, where there has already been a limited amount of repairs and construction that I believe many students of Bible prophecy would like to know. Here are the links to the 4 videos. And some of these I've actually seen for myself, the one with James Caddis and Dr. Andy Woods, and how Iraq is building the $17 billion trade corridor to bypass the Suez Canal. I don't want to bore you with complicated teaching that you may not be interested in, but some prophecy teachers allegorize the book of Revelation. Some teach that Babylon in Revelation 17 and 18 is New York City, the US, the EU, etc. I hold a literal view and have been teaching for more than 30 years that ancient city of Babylon will be rapidly rebuilt during the tribulation period, and it will be the headquarters of the one world economic system and the one world religious system. I do not think Babylon needs to be a big city like New York. I think it will only need a few buildings for offices, staff, AI, a communication system, etc. Here are 7 reasons why I believe Revelation 17 through 18 should be interpreted literally, not allegorically. 1. All of the other cities mentioned in the book of Revelation were literal cities. When God said Ephesus, he meant Ephesus, not the EU. When God said Jerusalem, he meant Jerusalem, not New York. When God said a city, he meant a city, not a nation or a group of nations. So, I believe that when God said Babylon, he meant Babylon, not the U.S. And I would completely agree with him on that point. Number 2, Zechariah 5 through 11 is about a woman called wickedness, who represents commerce and false religion. Wickedness will be moved to the land of Shinar, the land of Babylon, at the end of the age. I believe wickedness and Mystery Babylon the Great are one and the same, and commerce and false religion will be located at rebuilt Babylon at the end of the age. And I completely agree with his assessment of Zechariah 5 as well. Number 3, virtually all Bible scholars trace false religion and world government back to Nimrod and the Tower of Babel just a few generations after the Great Flood. Add to the fact that Revelation 17:10 teaches that a false religious system existed in 5 previous kingdoms before the Roman Empire came on the scene. Those 5 kingdoms are Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Medo-Persia, and Greece. So there was false worship at the Tower of Babel and at Babylon. In fact, Nebuchadnezzar built the statue that he ordered his world leaders to worship, including Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Daniel 3:1. 4. Isaiah said Babylon's final destruction will be like the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Ancient Babylon wasn't destroyed by fire and brimstone like Sodom and Gomorrah. It was buried under water when the Euphrates River changed course. But 3 times in Revelation 17 through 18, God said Babylon will be destroyed by fire in 1 hour. This means Babylon must be rebuilt so it can be destroyed by fire, and I agree with that as well. 5. Isaiah said that after Babylon is destroyed, it will never be inhabited again. But there are a few people living in Babylon today. This means Babylon must be destroyed in the future and never inhabited again. 6. Isaiah 14 teaches that Israel will be in the land when Babylon is destroyed. But Israel wasn't in the land when the Medes and Persians diverted the Euphrates River and captured Babylon. 7. After the final destruction of Babylon, the bricks that it was built with will never be used again. But some of the bricks in the limited construction that is there now are used bricks that were taken from ancient Babylon. This means Babylon will have to be destroyed again, so none of the old bricks will be used. And that is a very good point. Know that there are many prophecies about Babylon in the Old Testament books of Isaiah and Jeremiah that are repeated in the book of Revelation chapters 17 and 18. For example, Isaiah 13 verse 21 says, "Demons, devils, and false spirits will dance in Babylon after its final destruction." We go over to the book of Revelation 18 verse 2, and we read that Babylon will become the habitation of devils and false spirits. Jeremiah 50 verse 15 says, "As she, Babylon, has done, do unto her." We go over to the book of Revelation chapter 18 verse 6, and we read, "Reward her even as she has rewarded you." Jeremiah 51 verse 7 says, "Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand." We go over to Revelation 17 verse 4, and we read that Mystery Babylon has a golden cup in her hand. Jeremiah 51 verse 7 says that the nations have drunk Babylon's wine. And in Revelation 18 verse 3, we read that Babylon has made the nations drunk on wine. Jeremiah 51 verse 8 says Babylon has suddenly fallen, and in 18 verse 2, we read that Babylon is fallen, is fallen. Jeremiah 51 verse 9 says, "Forsake her," and in Revelation it says, "Come out of her, my people." Jeremiah 51 verse 13 says, "Babylon sits upon many waters," and in Revelation 17:1, we read that Mystery Babylon sits upon many waters. Isaiah 14 verse 4 refers to the Antichrist as the king of Babylon. We know he will rule over every nation on earth, not just New York City or the U.S. or the European Union. So he goes on to say, "I don't believe these things are a coincidence. I believe God tied the prophecies in Isaiah and Jeremiah to the prophecies in Revelation 17 through 18 for a reason. And that reason is that the ancient city of Babylon will be quickly rebuilt in the tribulation period. I want to give you one of the problems that I believe has caused students of prophecy to go astray. I will set the stage for the stunning event that I'm leading up to. Revelation 18 teaches that Babylon will be a place of global commerce and global shipping at the time that the city of Babylon is destroyed. World leaders, merchants, shipmasters, and sailors will bitterly weep when they see the smoke from Babylon. Erring prophecy teachers have said that the city of Babylon is not a place of global trade and that it is too far from water for shipmasters and sailors to see the smoke. It has been my position that world leaders, merchants, and shipmasters and sailors could see the smoke over the internet. Elon Musk is even launching satellites to make that possible. Anyway, here's the stunning event. A large port called All Fall Grand Port has been built at Babylon to accommodate global commerce. Construction started in 2020 and is now complete. Billions of dollars have been pledged, and there is a plan to build a canal and a road to bypass Iran's threats to close the Suez Canal and the Houthis' attacks on shipping through the Red Sea. Global traders are anxious for an alternative route. The last prophecy to be fulfilled before the second coming in the book of Revelation could be coming on the scene now. So I completely agree with Damon Duck and James Caddis and Andy Woods that Babylon of the last days means literal Babylon. And just because it seems to us that a lot of things have to happen before it can be rebuilt doesn't mean that it can't be built rapidly. We've already seen how prophecy is moving extremely fast, how things are converging. So I think we all need to take the Bible literally when it speaks of the city of Babylon. I will include the link for this prophecy report in the description page. Maranatha.